I'm Ralph Serpe with the Adams County Community Foundation, and you're watching a special edition of Community Media's Open House, our Adams County Unwrapped Holiday Edition. Thanks for joining us. Today, I am with Rachel Stoner with Shining Stars Therapeutic Ministry. Welcome, Rachel. How are you?
Thank you. I am doing very well today.
Shining Stars doesn't really explain who you are and what you do, so tell us about Shining Stars. Who are you and what do you do there?
Absolutely. So Shining Stars' mission is to provide therapeutic horsemanship programs for children, adults, and families with special needs in order to help improve physical, mental, emotional, and social areas of their lives.
Yeah, so tell us more about that. So you have horses?
Yes. So we actually have about 16 horses at our farm right now. Most of them are full-size horses. We have 2 miniature horses, 2 ponies, and 1 miniature donkey right now. And there are several different programs actually within Shining Stars. So one of our main ones being the therapeutic riding program. And we work with students as young as 2 years old. And one of our oldest riders this past season has been in her 80s. And she actually still participates in the riding program and is a volunteer.
So what exactly is therapeutic riding?
So therapeutic riding is open to almost everybody. We work with a very broad range of different special needs in the riding program. So some of our younger students, it's kind of like an early intervention. They might not have a lot of core strength. Even some of them struggle to hold their head up. We have one young student that has been in our program for 4 years, and when he first started, he was on the little pony, could barely hold his head up. And this year, he rode a 15-hand horse, which, if you know, that's a pretty tall horse, and he sat up tall. You know, after 4 years in the program, he went from needing almost full support to sitting up, and he's also starting to walk on his own now. So we work with kids with physical needs, we work with kids with mental or social needs, all the way up to seniors in our program.
Is it just about riding, or do people, the folks that you work with, get to interact with the horse in other ways? Like, do they get to groom or get a relationship with the horse that they're riding?
So every year, our students do an intake meeting with myself or one of our instructors. So we go over the things, if they're new, baseline what they're looking to get out of the program and what their goals are. And then each student's class is specifically designed towards their goals. So if their goal is to connect with the horse, they might start their lesson out just grooming or petting the horse, learning how to lead the horse around, and then they might move to the riding scenario. So they're developing a relationship with the horse on multiple different levels.
How do people find you? How do folks who want to get into that program find Shining Stars?
So you can look us up on our website at shiningstarstr.org. We also have a Facebook page where we post, pictures and updates. And then once you're interested, you can contact me. My information's on the website, and I'll put you on our list to get updates for student registration information.
And do physicians or medical groups also refer patients to you?
Yes, a lot of our students are actually referred from doctors or therapists now. Yeah.
Great. You said you had 16 horses.
Yeah, about 16. It fluctuates a little bit,
And how do your horses find you?
So we actually get horses from really all over. We don't have one specific type of horse or breed of horse. I'm kind of always looking for the perfect horse, because I say about 1 out of every 10 that we look at is well suited for this job. So we have horses that are retired dressage horses. We have a horse that was retired from hunter-jumper. We have horses that have done trail riding before. Sometimes we'll get a younger horse and train them into the program. But really, some people will donate a good horse. Sometimes we'll buy the horses.
And what makes a horse a good horse?
So for therapeutic riding, it really takes a lot of mental skill from the horse. So if you think about horses in the wild, they're used to free spirit, they're running, they're kind of on their own agenda, right? Mm-hmm. And so whenever you put a horse in a space with a special needs student who needs them to maybe handle screaming or squealing. They have to stop and be patient when maybe there's an unbalanced rider on their back. That not only takes the physical capacity for the horse to be able to handle that, but a lot of mental awareness and patience for that horse. So it takes a really special horse to be able to handle not just the physical, but the mental aspect of working with our students. And it's really actually neat to see whenever we do find, we have a couple in the program now that we've had for over 5 to 7 years. And whenever you get a horse that does well for more than 5 years, you know they were born for this. Because it's like they live for it. They absolutely love it. They connect with the students immediately. But it's not always easy to find. It takes a really special horse to be able to do that.
And how long do horses work for you?
It really depends. Sometimes we have horses that'll come in and do really well for 1 to 2 years, and then they start to get a little burnout and they just need a different job. So at that point, we'll try and find a new home or a new job for them. And then, like I said, we have some horses that'll be with us for over 10 years, before they might need to retire. And at that point, we just give them the best life that they can once they're no longer in the riding program.
When your current home is at Freedom Valley on Route 30 outside of Gettysburg.
Yep,
right?
that's where our indoor arena is.
That's
yes.
where your indoor arena is. And so you've just purchased a new home.
Yes.
Tell
Yep.
us about that.
So yeah, at the end of last year, we were so blessed to be able to raise the funds to purchase a new 60-acre property, which is very exciting because currently our horses are housed off-site from our indoor arena where we only have about 10 to 12 acres. So we're really kind of held into that space and not able to expand a lot.
That also means that every time you have a program at the indoor arena,
We need to trailer
you
horses.
have to trailer horses in
Yep.
and trailer them out. So this new facility is I know it's at Bonox and
Centennial.
Centennial.
Yep.
And you'll be able to stable them there
Yes,
and have programs there.
absolutely.
All right, so their commute is going down, so maybe they won't be so aggravated with you and
Yeah.
they'll last longer than a year or two.
Actually, it really is much better for the horses to not have to do the trailer ride, even though it's about 10 minutes. But and I drive very carefully. Our staff drives very carefully. But it just adds a different element for that. So it will be wonderful to hopefully soon be in one location where everything can happen on the same
So what's your
property.
plan for that new facility? I mean, so what are the plans for that,
Yep.
for that
So
space?
we are getting ready to officially publicly launch a capital campaign. We need to raise likely over $3 million to renovate the existing structure there for what Shining Stars needs specifically. So there's already existing barn and arena, so the bones are good, but there's a lot of work that needs to be done to make it our space. So that's something that we will be launching this year and hoping at the beginning of 2024 we'll be able to break ground for that project.
Well, we wish you luck with that. If you're just joining me, I'm Ralph Serpe with the Adams County Community Foundation. You are watching a special holiday edition of Community Media's Open House. We're joined today with Rachel Stoner from Shining Stars Therapeutic Ministries. We've been talking about your horses, about your new facility at Bonox and Centennial. But let's talk a little bit more about the programs that you offer. You offer programs for students. Are there any other groups of folks
Yep.
that you have programs for?
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about the therapeutic riding, and that is open to all age demographics of varying levels of needs. We also have a therapeutic cart driving program, which is really fun. We have our 2 miniature horses and we have 2 full-size horses that work in that program right now with our students. And that's a great option for students that may not be able to get on a horse or are just interested in something a little bit different. They learn how to groom the horse, they learn all of the harness parts, how to hitch the horse up to the cart, and then drive the horse.
Do they learn how to clean a stall?
We actually have, we actually do have a different program for that too. Our Equine Connection program is an unmounted program where it's also very specific to the student's goals. So they might have a goal to work on connecting with the horse or doing group work activities with other peers with the horses. And some of them are learning life skills or like occupational type skills. So in a class like that, if that's a student's goal, we will work on some barn management stuff, how to scrub a bucket, how to clean a stall. And it's amazing
How to repair a loafing shed, all of that.
Yeah, there you go. And it's amazing how, our students really connect and learn and grow from that. And sometimes that's like their highlight. Like, I got to clean a stall today. It's amazing.
So we talked a little bit, you talked a little bit about how horses grow into the role. Can you talk a little bit more about what happens to your clients, the students, the people who are in your program in terms of their own confidence level when they're working with your horses?
Yeah, that is one of my absolutely favorite aspects of the job that we do at Shining Stars. Because even just this last session in the fall, we had a student that came in off the waiting list, and he came in, didn't say a word. So sometimes it's hard to tell at first if they're connecting. But the next week he came back and his mom was like, oh my gosh, I have not heard this child talk so much. He's telling his friends, he's telling his teachers, everybody about what he did at Shining Stars. And that wasn't even a riding class. He was in our unmounted program, which he wasn't super excited about. But whenever he realized the connection that he could make with the horse, and so often, like I'll tell the students, even if they're leading or riding, they're learning how to communicate with an animal that weighs nearly 1,000 pounds.
Sure.
And they are gaining respect from that animal. And so I'll see their confidence go from like a level 3 out of a 10 to a 9 out of a 10, sometimes within one session, just because of the connection and the communication and the relationship that they can make with the horse.
And the horse responds to that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a wonderful example, and I think equal to all the other programs you're talking about, that it's good for the horse, it's good for our community. This is a program that can't be offered everywhere in the country.
Sure.
Or anywhere in Pennsylvania. So we are fortunate to have you here. We're really wishing you lots of luck. If people want to support Shining Stars, either with their time or with a gift, how can they do that? Who should they contact?
So there's information on the website about volunteering as well as the capital campaign that we are launching. So contact information is on there. If you're interested in volunteering or have a student that could participate in our program, I would be the contact point for that. And then there's information on there specifically on how to give towards our capital campaign as well on the website.
Well, we are so excited to have you here today, and so excited you can share with everyone what Shining Stars is all about. It's growth over time, and it's exciting new facility, but only if we can help Shining Stars. So this holiday season, if you'd like to help a horse out, please look up Shining Stars and contact Rachel. I'm sure she'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this edition of Community Media's Open House. I'm Ralph Serpe with the Adams County Community Foundation, joined here today by Rachel Stoner from Shining Stars. Thank you so much for joining us.